next up, our moderator is going to introduce all the panel people who are going to come and join us on stage. So first of all, from Hashnet, the CEO, I'd like you to put your hands together as we bring on Tadej Slapnik. Tadej. Fantastic. Well, I've been here all day, and you've got much more response than I've had after working here for all day. You must have brought people special. So here's just a quick question for you, Tadej. We've got these people here. Do you want me to invite them up, or do you want to invite them yourself? Please. And we're going to sit them here, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so joining Tadej, I'd like to bring on stage now the founder of Avenger NFT Gaming, Alwin Tan. Where's Alwin? My good mate, Alwin. Fantastic. A round of applause, everybody! Pretend you care. It's the last bit. Just, you know. Next up, by the way, the president of Grow Up Esports. Oh, that's right. Did you write Grow Up? Is that correct? I can't read the writing here. Anyway, Fernando Pereira. Fernando. Where's Fernando? Can you hear the drums? It's a song. Never heard that before. All right, then. And also, the Chain Sense Liberland and Liberland ambassador, Zuzana Uchnarova. That's it, see? Okay, all these microphones you have to check to see if they're on. Okay, you have to switch them on and check to see if they're okay. And that last person that I mentioned earlier, Fernando. Where's Fernando? Can you hear the drums? Fernando, that's a song from ABBA. And it's really funny if you got the gag first time round. And I'm laboring it because I want it to catch on. Nope, nothing. Right then, so Fernando's not here, I don't think.
And maybe Laura Inamadinova. Laura, also not here.
No?
Okay.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they're off my Christmas card list. Okay. Over to you.
Thank you, Dave. Hi, also from my side, Tadej Slapnik, as I was introduced. I will moderate the panel. Yeah, and of course, I will also join you sitting here.
Thank you, Tadej.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the panel, we will discuss this big dilemma that we have in Metaverse. Does Metaverse actually needs blockchain, or blockchain needs Metaverse to prove its power? But before we start with this, I would kindly ask you to shortly introduce yourself, what you are doing, and yeah, please, starting with you, Zuzana.
Hi, I'm Zuzana Uchnarova. I'm ambassador of Liberland country, and also I am running a company, Sense Liberland. As a Liberland, Liberland is a country, as you know, most of you. We established this country 7 years ago between Croatia and Serbia. We have already 700,000 applications for citizenship. We are on Metaverse, and a whole ecosystem of the country is built on the blockchain. We have our own government token. So if you are becoming citizen of Liberland, you will receive for staking 500 government tokens. And in the future, you can use it to buy virtual land in Metaverse. Or once it will be developed, you can buy some properties in physical land. We have a project from Zahadid Studio, and now we are building a Metaverse with cooperation with Patrick Schumacher and Zahadid Studio. Like everything what they've developed, it's already on Metaverse, so you can go through. And also, my dream was also help other countries and companies to be built on blockchain and Metaverse and bring citizenship on the blockchain. And because Liberland is the best example for other countries how to build a whole ecosystem of the country on the blockchain. So now I am helping with Sense Liberland, where I'm a director, to develop other countries on the blockchain and Metaverse. We have many projects already running on. We developed also our own platform on Metaverse platform, which one is capable with all blockchains. So it's a very special project. It didn't exist before. yeah, this is me.
Okay, super. One applause for Zuzana.
Okay, thank you.
Going to my really good friend, also here from Malaysia, we have Alwin
Again.
Tan, please.
My name is Alvin Tan. I come from Malaysia, but I'm a Superman. I fly a lot, mostly fly to Slovenia. Yeah, from Slovenia, I fly to connect to Croatia, Serbia, I believe, in futures. So
Neighbor of Liberland.
Yeah, will. Then I run a community, I think one of the biggest, we call Asian Blockchain Hub, which is inspired from Mr. Tadej 3 years ago. So I believe our hub is the biggest blockchain members, around active 25,000 in Asia. So I run a couple of blockchain project, which is Block Me and Change Me. Okay, previously I owned some hotel and some restaurant, and the blockchain blocked me and changed me into this sector. So I have a blockchain bank, yes, in a banking. The latest project is, which is this morning section, which is I introduced. I do believe NFT is not only art and gamings. It is about a new community to connect people with all the sector. So I choose game combined with the NFT. And then we have some ideas of Metaverse or concept. This is my latest project, which is in the year of 2022. Yeah, my name is Alvin Tan. I welcome everyone to connect me. Okay, so this is me.
Thank you,
Want to
Alvin.
know more than me?
Bravo.
Buy me some drink.
And Aleš Pevc from Ljubljana, Slovenia Technology Park. Please, Aleš, introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Today, I'm Aleš Pevc from Technology Park Ljubljana. I could describe me as some kind of XR enthusiast or some kind of XR evangelist. But in the real world, that means that I'm an evangelist. It means that I talk about virtual and augmented reality, blockchain, NFT, and of course Metaverse to anyone who wants to listen. And it's because it's really important from my side. But in the real world, like I say, I come from Technology Park Ljubljana, where I'm head of technology office, and I'm head of one XR laboratory and another one is a smart and digital lab. So our mission is like my previous lectures here. We run community on XR and NFT. This is one of the important things for Slovenian company and for Slovenian startups. They could connect with each other and they could make some really nice projects. So for that reason, we are also here.
Thank you, Aleš. And one applause also for him. Thank you. Now going to the subject of our discussion, this dilemma that I mentioned also with introducing you. What do you think? Does actually Metaverse needs blockchain to be developed or vice versa? What do you think? Can you imagine the future of Metaverse without blockchain or not? Please.
My answer is very straight because I am in the blockchain long time and I cannot imagine, I can imagine Metaverse without blockchain, but it doesn't have so many solutions as blockchain with the Metaverse. For me, Metaverse must be 100% with the blockchain. Without this, it cannot exist or use all advantages which is offering. So we as Liberland, we have on blockchain everything. We have citizenship, we have all sectors. Also on Metaverse, we use blockchain. And in Shenzhen, we developed a new Metaverse platform where you can mine your own land as big as you want. It's not mined before, So you can mine your for example, hotel on the blockchain. It can be used for real estate. It can be used for gaming. It can be used for blockchain valleys or crypto cities or smart cities, even for countries as we have in Liberland. Or you can mine your own even galaxy or planet. So it's up to you how big land you need. And we, as a ChainSense, we have very good developers around the world. We know more than 70 program languages, and we're offering our clients everything what is needed to develop your project. Not only helping with the mining and creating your metaverse, but also with marketing, to find influencer for you, to make your project big as your dream is. So I think metaverse and blockchain is very needed.
Thank you. Alwin, the same question?
Yeah, good questions. But we come back to the core. We separated metaverse and blockchain. You have to understand, metaverse is a concept. Blockchain is a technology. So we separate it. So when we come back to the metaverse, it is a concept. So what kind of concept the metaverse try to send to everyone? For me, my understanding, metaverse is a community that build a biggest connection to everybody without country, without race, without region. What I understand, this is called metaverse. When we come out of the concept, when I understand this metaverse, I take 2 or 3 days. Because the first concept of metaverse is built by, is announced by Facebook. Yeah. So I study why Facebook come out this concept. So when we playing Facebook, actually Facebook is connecting everybody into a community. So I understanding the metaverse, they try to, not try, this concept is try to build a community without race, without you come from where, you are unique in this world. And then for me, blockchain is a technology. The core concept of the blockchain is also to build a community. Why? You link all the blocks together, become blockchain. So when metaverse and the blockchain, the concept and the technology, yes, a perfect match. This is what I understand about metaverse. I do believe if we implement that, the concept of metaverse, which is to build a world without race, without any country, without reason, yep, definitely blockchain is the best technology to be implemented in the concept of the metaverse. Thank you.
Thank you, Alwin.
Thank you. Aleš?
Which was great.
Please.
Thank you. So, yeah, I strongly agree with Alwin, but I have, maybe we could look a little bit in a history. Before Zuckerberg announcement of the metaverse, there is a lot of places which calls some kind of meta or protoverse. One of these is, like Dave said before, is a Fortnite and so on and so on. They have a lot of much more users than the Facebook Horizon or some other Facebook metaverse. And it is important is that we should split the metaverse and blockchain in two different things. One is, like Alwin said, the blockchain technology, and another one is also technology, but not a metaverse technology, but virtual or augmented reality technology. Because the metaverse is not just in virtual places, but it's also around us. If I think in the future conference, which we have in Dubai or anywhere else, we have some kind of glasses, and the metaverse will be around us. So for that reason, it's really important that we understand this concept, like Alwin said. But for my opinion, as we talking about metaverse, we should understand also some kind of group of people who using this. When with my colleague Marco, we start this XR lab and showing the people and showing delegation which comes to Technology Park, what kind of technology we have and what kind of things we could do with this technology, they was impressed. Because they say, wow, but we showed them just a Google Earth in a 3D or some gaming, and there is no sign of blockchain. So it's not really necessary to connect them. I have the similar experience with the children. The children is one of the group which we must be very, very careful about when we introduce the technology and the using of this. When we have some kind of conversation in schools where we present the job of the future to them, they explain that they are really impressed, and they say, wow, could be this technology used for our learning in school? You know, the school will be fun. And they say, yes, of course. This is the main idea of this technology, that you learn faster, that you learn more, that you understand much better, so that you could solve the problem. And this will also be talking our pitch with today for tomorrow. Yeah. Sorry. So this is what is important concept, that we split these two technologies and understand the both of them. And of course, there is three things which I like to announce. The first is that we have, as we take a bottom line from the money for the contracts and for the technology, as we say, okay, we have all three of them already behind in the history, of course. But what's changed with metaverse and blockchain? I think the main word, what we should understand, is the smart word. So we have a smart money now, smart contract, and this is what is really important, because this connect metaverse and blockchain. I think that's the word of smart. So when we have the game changer are smart contracts. So this is what it's really, really new, and this is also a basement of the new NFT. So the NFT is the thing what will connect these two words. Okay.
Super. Thank you, Aleš. And I would like to welcome also the panelists who arrived just now. Fernando Pereira. Sorry? Martinho. Sorry, I have a... I would like to ask you two things: to introduce yourself, your company, what do you do, and also to continue the discussion that we started with other panelists on the subject of our panel. What's the actual relation between metaverse and blockchain? Do metaverse needs blockchain, or blockchain as a technology can really utilize inside metaverse? Who needs either one or another? But please first introduce yourself and then help us discuss in this matter.
Thank you. I arrived on time, just before 5, but I think...
We started before. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, no, it's okay. I am Fernando. I've been in this space for about 11 years, and what I've done recently was create a company called Unicorn, unicorn.win, and what we're doing is actually connecting physical art, physical assets, you know, collectibles and art only at the very high end. You know, you look at the spectrum, it's really at the top end. So you name it, tokenize a Picasso, but with a difference is that the auction is actually for one person to take both Picasso and the NFT and then monetize that NFT in virtual worlds, games, whatever people are developing at the moment. So we've just focused mainly on that, collectibles, yeah, and unique items, rare items, yeah. Why we did that is because we're building all of these virtual worlds, yeah, and I thought it was a good idea to bring all these real objects that we have in real life, yeah, so that we can use it in whatever, many different ways in the metaverse, yeah. So going back to your question about metaverse and blockchain, I'm a true believer that blockchain should be used if it's needed, yeah, to be used, yeah. Now, majority of projects being built are actually utilizing on metaverse, yeah. And by the way, I say metaverse, I don't say metaverse, it's because there's only one metaverse, and people are building really virtual worlds. So the word metaverse is being misused by many, many people already, okay? It's usual players, but you know, people can do whatever they want. I'm okay with that. But it is important to distinguish why, you know, the blockchain should be used on the metaverse, yeah? Do you need a cryptocurrency? And if yes, you know, that token has utility, what that utility is. It could be just, depends where you operate, it could be just used as a method of payment for whatever services, or could be just for the gameonomics on a game, yeah? It is quite essential, so there is a core utility there. And the reason why I'm saying that a lot of people are building these is because the type of projects that they are building and creating really needs this type of functionality, yeah? And that brings a different thing, which brings you know, that trust on the technology. I mean, we don't even need to talk about that anymore. I've been talking for years about that, yeah? It's just there, you know? We don't need to constantly verify what people are doing. If you're building on a chain that is quite reliable, then obviously, you know, it's transparent to everyone, yeah? And I think that's the most critical part. Are people gonna build stuff, you know, virtual worlds that don't have blockchain? They can, yeah, obviously. Is it, how should I say, is it, would I advise anyone? Is it a clever thing to do? Probably not, because there's gonna be a lot of interoperability between all of those virtual worlds, yeah? Otherwise, some virtual worlds are gonna be empty. I mean, there's so many being built, so it's essential to crack the next big thing when whatever people are building in the metaverse, on the virtual worlds, is to create that interoperability between all the virtual worlds, so that people can very quickly, you know, if there is no interaction in a place where they are, they can very quickly go to the other one without having to do too many things, you know? You know, going on a different chain, new wallet, and all of these things. There's a lot of usability problems at the moment, yeah? So we need to solve all of those problems first to bring adoption for everyone. And yeah, that interoperability is going to be easier if you actually have this cross-chain functionality. So not implementing blockchain is quite a bad idea, from my opinion. Yeah?
Thank you, and also you helped me introduce the next question of our discussion, actually adoption. With blockchain solutions, we have many still obstacles related to massive adoption. Can you comment on that? One side, from this user experience, this barrier that still exists, and second part, this technological also barriers, because mainly we see a lot of actors already involved in building metaverses, but not so familiar with this technology part. How this is being handled in either your companies, either in your projects. Maybe if we start with you, Aleš, first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting question. Maybe we could look to answer to another way. Like previous speaker and Alwin already told, if we don't have a community, there is no metaverse. and there is no money, there is no nothing. So the community is the most important part of the metaverse. So if you have community, then you have also relations. So when you have relations, then all things from real world come true. So there is a you need to set up some kind of relation about some. If I say, okay, this is my idea and what is your idea, so which idea will win now? So this is, I think the solution is DAO, like you said before, and DAO is just one of the technology which combine these two words, blockchain and metaverse together. So I think this is the answer. These two words will enjoy in some new reality. Blockchain, metaverse, I don't know how to say, but I don't know. But I think this is the true connection. So if you have community, you have also the money question then. I produce something, she has some ideas, and I want to buy something from Alwin or even from you. Sorry. Okay, so and we have when we have a question of money, of course, in the virtual reality places and metaverses, the fiat money is not a solution because it's too old, and we could not make anything with the fiat money in these spaces. So we have a so much better solution in blockchain idea. So Bitcoin is the first of one, is just the beginning, and then is Cardano, which make a really nice idea in Africa and so on, and a lot of other. Sorry, so I just mentioned Cardano, but I know that you prefer the other Dano. Okay, but yeah. This is the second question. So what is the rule of the community? And then we have a lot of another question and DeFi, of course, and so on, and so. But yeah, this could be the answer, that combine of these two words. Sorry.
Thank you, Aleš. Alvin, you mentioned that you already have approximately 10,000 players of your new game. But okay, if it's good game, of course, adoption of how to play it's not an issue. But you are introducing NFTs and these new features. How are they actually handling with this from the adoption point of view? Do they have the problem? Are you trying to find the solutions that it would be easy to them, open the wallet and do the stuff? Or what is happening now when you're introducing this as additional possibility inside the game?
When I start to design from the concept, actually I start with my mindset, the ecosystem. Because for all the projects I've been run before, without an ecosystem, you cannot be success. The rate is super low. No matter how huge your community you build, how you design your content, we come back to one sustainable question. How do we sustain in NFT, in Metaverse, or future, I don't know what kind of new concept? We come back to a core to survive, to make more money, to sustain. You have to be design a better ecosystem to fill up the concept. This is why when I design my game, the first point of view, the concept, yes, I combine NFT. Future will be Metaverse, which is we will be designed soon. But the more of my view is how do I create a sustainable ecosystem to running, to connect the community. Because when we say about community, how to make your community alive, how to sustain your community active. This is my point of view when I design, no matter from my NFT gaming or incoming project. Ecosystem is the major point of view that I always concern. That's my answer.
Thank you. in your virtual country, actually, most of the citizens, of course, they are early adopters. But of course, you are welcoming others. How are you handling this from the point of adoption with the people who don't have a clue about crypto, etc.? Or do you still are basically with the initial members? How you evolve your community from that point of view?
Okay, I really agree with you what you said. Like ecosystem is very important. This is why how we create our country Liberland. But answer your question, how we adapt others who don't know about blockchain and about Bitcoin and about the Metaverse, for example. I am in this field since 2009, 2010. So I was at the beginning when there was only few people understand what is this technology, what is Bitcoin. We were creating very small groups of students, and we were explaining in public. In Slovakia, we had parallel police. And there were maybe 10 people, then 20 people, and even Vitalik Buletin, he was a student in Bratislava, and this is how we met. And my friends, they were explaining him about the technology, and this is how he get this idea about Ethereum. So I was even there, and with Liberland, it was first country in the world where we put together all these ideas and wanted to create a country for all the people who wants to understand more this technology, because at this time there was only few of us who understand, like only really few people. So I am very happy now because, for example, 2 years ago, I went for a conference and there were maybe few companies with the blockchain technology. Not so many people understand what is it. But now, when I am here in Dubai, I see like every day is maybe 3 conferences about blockchain and crypto. I'm so happy. Like adoption is coming so quickly to this world, and it's very necessary to spread about this technology because we know a long time ago, like crypto will be future for payments. We try to adapt as much as possible. Even in our small group, we try to pay by bitcoins, our coffee. We didn't use fiat at all, and we don't want to use fiat anymore. Like we want to use only crypto. This is why we developed the country, Liberland. I am so happy that other countries are going in our ways, like El Salvador and other countries coming with the Bitcoin as a currency, because we were first one who used Bitcoin as a currency. Unfortunately, we were not recognized as a country yet worldwide, but we are recognized by our representatives around the world. We have more than 72 offices and representatives around the world. We have almost 800,000 applications for citizenship.
Per day?
Sorry?
Applications per day?
For citizenship.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned before, we developed already the whole ecosystem of the country on the blockchain. And now I am helping other countries because as I am working with governments, I'm going around the world to African countries, to Asia, and another one around the world. We spread what is liberal ideas. So people and governments are coming to me, and they want to use the same ideology. They want to create crypto cities or smart cities, crypto valleys. So this is what we do, and for the adoption, for example, we have a project in Saudi Arabia, Tabuk city. It's not government project, it's next to NEOM, but they wanted to also develop a new city, but they didn't have the money for development. So we tokenize the land, we create a smart city, and now we are raising money through tokens. So this is the way, like how we can help even African countries, because in Africa, for example, there is very many people that don't have even IDs, so we can put citizenship as a Liberland on the blockchain. We can tokenize their asset, because Africa is a very rich country. They have so many assets like gold, gold miners, diamonds, they have oil, they have so many resources, and we can use it through tokenization to raise the money to develop their cities, to develop the countries. And I'm so happy and glad that many of them, they're open for that. So I last year and this year, I spoke with many governments, and they're adapting technology, they're adapting blockchain solutions, they're starting to understand. So I am very glad for that. And also, we can use adoption in very small projects. We don't have to go so far like to create on blockchain whole country, what is needed in this time. But for adoption, we can use, for example, topic is Metaverse. So through Metaverse, we can put a project which is already on the plan, on the paper, like we done in with Zahadis Studio in Liberland. So we put this project on the Metaverse already, and you can see how Liberland looks like in the future. You can go through, you can open your company in Liberland. You can use our Metaverse to meeting people around the world. You can have your office in our Metaverse, and you can do business around the world. You don't have to use old technologies like Zoom call or another video calls. You can be on Metaverse, and you can meet people from Dubai, in Malaysia, or in US, and you are sitting home. You don't have to travel, and you will save a lot of time. You can spend your time with your family, with your hobbies. And also, for example, if you want to see Picasso or another some galleries, you can go to Metaverse and you can see it. You don't have to travel, or you can have experience on Metaverse, and then you can go and travel on the real life. And also, for example, if you're building for a hotel, you can build it first on Metaverse, so your future clients can see what the hotel looks like, and they can buy some shares, they can go to cinema, or we can build marketplace or some shopping malls on Metaverse. So there are many adoptions and many solutions how to use Metaverse. Let me also introduce our new project, as I mentioned before. It's Blockchain Land. It's the first most capable Metaverse in the world, which is compatible with all blockchains.
Okay, to respect also the time related for and divided to other panelists, I would like to ask you. You mentioned already this metaverses, and actually saying from Facebook it was mentioned. What actually will happen? Either will happen a few big global initiatives, or actually what we are discussing, a lot of small initiatives are being built, related also to the project that we will announce tomorrow. We call it distributed verse, actually utilizing blockchain technology to connect interoperability. This small project is going from bottom up. But if you can discuss a little bit more this, what you mentioned, what actually is happening from thousands of different projects actually working on the concept of Metaverse, how we could empower this initiative also with the technology to connect them and to make kind of future inclusive version of it. Please.
Yeah, so I have good news and I have bad news too.
Like always.
So,
Start with good one.
yeah, let's go with the good ones. The good ones is that there's a lot more people coming into this space. There's more the traditional technology providers, the big giants, you know, which is great. More people brings new minds, new creativity, new ideas, you know, innovation will flourish, yeah? Great. The bad news is really that in terms of adoption, we are facing quite a lot of problems, okay? I'll start to give you an example, you know, MetaMask, yeah? Whether we want or not, Ethereum is still about 70 to 80% of the whole market, yeah? All the projects being built. And MetaMask is the most used wallet, yeah? So I'm an experienced guy, yeah? And I'm a cybersecurity guy, been for 10 years in crypto. I struggled the first time I went to set up MetaMask. Imagine anyone else, you know? And remember, this is all about emotions, you know? People that collect things, doesn't matter what type of things, you know, Bored Apes or whatever, NFTs you want to collect. It's all about emotions, right? And then we connect, I don't know, sports. We connect all of these things that are all about emotions that drive us to do that, yeah? You get those and you don't make all of this stuff usable, people. 3 click, that's it. Then we're going to have a lot of problems, yeah? Huge problems. So this could be, in the end, quite a big flip-flop, you know? We could just dive and we go to the next big thing. So I think we have to solve those problems urgently because otherwise we're not going to get that adoption, you know? We need it to make very, very simple for users just to do 3 clicks and that's it, they are in, yeah? The second part is that a lot of these virtual worlds that people are building are going to be empty, okay? Simple as that. So you have to build, we have to create some sort of consortium that we agree on standards for interoperability. Yeah? And, you know, the metaverse interoperability, so people can start to build on that type of stuff. And if I'm in your game, you know, and I'm with my avatar there, I could just go to a portal and jump straight away to another game that you have integrated. How cool is that, yeah? And still bring some of my NFTs if you can, if you integrated that within that standard, you know, then people just move around, you know, and they have a much better experience, yeah? So what is happening basically is that all of these people, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to mention names, yeah? My Metaverse and whatever, and they just come to it because of one thing and one thing only, yeah? They're going to pull people to come to their own Metaverse and they just want to make money. Yeah. So we will see monopolies, yeah? And then we'll start to buy you out, you know, come next box, we'll buy your game, for example. You're welcome, you'll be happy, but you know what I mean? It starts to be more centralized again, you know? And that, for me, it's quite important that people understand that the more players we have, the more people we have, the more projects, the better is going to be the innovation. It will drive us a lot more. You know, if we start to get all of these players trying to buy, they will buy everything, you know. Whatever project they think is going to enable them, they will come and they will start to do all those acquisitions. And then, you know, yes, they will continue to innovate, but it was going to be at a much slower pace, yeah? So adoption for us that are already in this space means doing a lot more things together and solve some of these problems. It's the usability from a wallet, and second is the interoperability between the virtual worlds, yeah? And having a standard that allows us all to build on that will help us a lot more, you know?
Super. Yeah, related to this user experience, I will remind you, Ms. Nena Dokuzo in the morning session introduced the first NFT issue by the country Slovenia here for the visitors of Expo Pavilion of Slovenia, and our company was part of the consortium run by Technological Park Ljubljana. We developed the solution, but what was the big issue that we have actually, knowing that 15,000 such NFTs will be distributed among the visitors, but among these 15,000, 99% of them, they don't have a clue about the crypto. And the solution that we were developing actually was with the focus, of course, that each person who will get it as a digital gift, digital souvenir, will be able to do it in 10 to 15 minutes. And of course, when you developed the solution, we didn't know, but we are really happy that now after 6 months of the project here, that actually 99% of the users who decided then to mint the NFT, to use it, that it was able for them to do it. And of course, the feedback was, okay, from the start on, it was chaotic. I don't know what the wallet is, how to open it, how to then mint it, but through the process we made it. And of course I agree that solutions in the future should be like that, that this majority of people who are still learning will be able to come in. But the second answer from yourself, I think it's a good line also for you, Aleš, and you can then maybe conclude with the same idea that we are discussing, that you mentioned, this interoperability of the metaverses, inclusiveness, and of course then the project that now we will introduce tomorrow. We saw that actually we have to build a kind of international metaverse station, enabling all metaverses to connect, enabling flow of the assets, flow of the community from one to another, but to be publicly owned by all of the actors inside, not like Facebook saying, now we will do our own, then another company, no. And here maybe, Aleš, you can shortly announce the idea, but we will...
The last circle.
We will of course, intensively.
Okay, for the last circle. Yeah, just to be agree with you and have just one idea about the accessibility of the adoption of the technology. The really important thing is interoperability, not just between the different metaverses and the different technologies, but it's also important thing that interoperability count also in the real world. So this, what is Nena do here is really important, because the government, when the government say, okay, we will make some kind of pilot, and then when you have support from the government, then it's much more easier. Not in the other case that we, 5 of us or 10,000 of us, is making our own metaverse, and they say, yeah, people, hey, we are here. Come and join us, our community, okay? And then we are so announced, and we have 10,000 people or 20,000 people, and say, yeah, I have 25. How much you have, huh? Okay, so this is important, and so when the government comes here, it's usual, same as e-government or e-health or some e-bills or some other things. When the government comes here, it's much more easier to adopt this technology and helping people. So yeah, this NFT, which we announced, I think this is the one of the finest solution. But when you are talking about this distributed metaverse, which we like to introduce or build in the future, I think there is in the future will be if we are try to see from the Web 2 perspective. So there is the first thing was starting some kind of browser like a Google and so on. So I think because why is Google so important? Because the Google is say, okay, let's check where the web pages from the company and the people are. And I say, because every one of us is a small metaverse, and the company have the small metaverse or the big metaverse, and the country, like our colleagues is already working on, you have the some kind of web page, and we say that in Web 3 we have a metaverse now. So, but if we don't have a Google in this topic, we don't know which kind of metaverse they are and what they are doing and how to come to. So the Google idea is that kind of the central is one starting point. And the second one is that when we have this kind of metaverses, that how could we cooperate? And then we say, like you already say, that maybe it's that we make some standardization for that. Your metaverse can join us, or I can join you, and maybe this will be the question for the next conference. So, okay.
And I agree, it's really beneficial for us that we have also Republic of Slovenia Ministry of Economy supporting the project, one of the most advanced European member states on the field of blockchain, and of course then it's easier. Alwin, wrap it up.
Good questions and hard to answer. First, it was really surprise last December. The first in the world which is supported by country. Normally when we study, there's no one country who really support this kind of activity.
We do.
Yeah, you do, okay. So the first country who come out the NFT concept, digital NFT, with support by the government, we were so surprised. And then I checked with Tadej, very, very last minute. I decided to farm up a delegate, which is from Malaysia, Vietnam,
Indonesia.
yes, Indonesia. Yes, I fully sponsor. I spent about 50,000. I'm rich, thanks to blockchains. So, the whole delegate arrived to the Slovenia pavilions, and it is very, very hot outside. But when we step inside the Slovenia pavilions, we can feel the Slovenia. So when we get the digital NFT card from Tadej, we really turn our mindset. NFT from a card? Whoa, this is really a good concept. Especially for some visitor to visit a country like Slovenia. You know what? To be honestly, most of the people, when you talk about Europe, what they will talk? West Europe. Sorry, no offense. I was one of the luckiest men, I think, in Asia. The first time I arrived in Slovenia, I really feel it. And I think I hold the most record in Asia. I'm the Asian who really learned a lot of Slovenian language. Yeah. And I'm the Asian who really visit the Slovenia so many times compared to other Asian. And I think I have the most.
I hope you will visit Liberland. It's next.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the concept which is announced by, the Slovenian pavilions, I think is one of the protocol guide for others. I can't say a country, but some community or some serious development country which is in the sector of NFT. The digital NFT from Slovenia is really one of the concept and a good sample for us to learn. And then thank you very much for the invitation from Tadej. I learned a lot. So
Thank you, Alwin.
Yes.
Moving from
He
Slovenia
will
to
get a
Liberland.
special
Please.
Slovenian NFT
Zuzana.
for promotion.
yeah, I thought I'm one of the
Come on,
ambassadors.
guys.
I'm
on, guys.
one of the ambassadors in the Metaverse in Slovenia.
Thank you.
Voila.
Wow.
Thank you, Zuzana.
Let's go to neighbors. Okay, my last words. What was the question? Okay,
Wrap it up
yeah.
shortly.
Okay, to resolve what you said before, how to connect all metaverse or all blockchains. This is what I mentioned before. Like this is why we create our blockchain land, because we we had a lot of blockchain projects, more than 150, and we created many exchanges and a lot of projects, and we faced this issue to be to create a metaverse, which one will be compatible with all blockchains. So this is the first ever multi-chain metaverse we developed. So it's open for all. Even existing metaverse can switch to our platform and use all how to say all future all possibilities or advantages we offer to our clients. And if you want to see our Liberland Metaverse, it will be visible here on the screen, so you can see how it looks like. And this is a very good example, like how to create from a physical land something what you can see even in your home and visit the country.
Thank you a lot. Fernando.
Yeah, I'll be quick. Just, I like always at the end to ask a question to all the panelists.
You are the
it's
smartest
a very simple one. It is one or the other. Is it going to be VR or AR? What's your opinion? VR or AR?
AI.
Pass. You?
It's hard to answer.
Okay, whatever, right? And you, what do you think?
AR.
I'm with you on that. And the reason why I asked this question is simple, because VR is nothing new, yeah? Yes, it became headsets and whatever, more advanced, but we, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, I think already, there was a big study made, and people asked, why, there was quite a big panel. I think it was about 5,000 people or 7,000 people on that panel, and they observed behaviors, and then at the end, 80% of people said they will never use it because it's quite uncomfortable after 1 hour. And people feel comfortable, Of course, there's going to be the avid gamer, they will be there, 24 hours even, but majority of people will not go. So I think it's probably going to be AR, I think, it's my opinion.
Agree.
Thank you a lot. Thank you, all the panelists. One big applause for all of them, please. And with that, I am giving the mic back to our MC, Dave. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Well done, guys. That's amazing. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Cheers, Fernando. Right then, fascinating. Give them another round of applause for their brilliantness. Thank you. Brilliant. Excellent. Cheers, guys.